Thank you very much. With that, we bring in former Supreme Allied Commander of Europe, retired Air Force General Philip Breedlove, now a distinguished professor at the Sam Nunn School at Georgia Tech. Great to have you with us, General. Thank you very much for joining me once again. I just want to play this from the weekend. This is Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on this situation. Watch.
Down the road, this fight for the Arctic is real. We would keep our NATO our NATO guarantees, and if there were an attack on Greenland from Russia, from some other area, we would get dragged in. So better now, peace through strength, make it part of the United States, and there will not be a conflict.
So you see some of the European leaders, General, saying that all of this undermines our NATO relationships. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, thanks for having me on again, Martha. And the bottom line is, I believe, and I've said it before, that we can do this, everything we need to do to provide the security that we need in Greenland, we can do through cooperation with NATO, with Denmark, and with Greenland. So this is about something more than just Greenland, and I think we all know what that something more is. This is incredibly
And what is it? For those who don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I think that there are several things that our president wants for America. One is strategic security, but the other is also the minerals and all of the possibilities for growth and use of the welfare or of the wealth of Greenland.
Well, some of the I've heard some voices from Greenland, people on the ground, and obviously other people feel differently, but some saying they don't think Denmark has done a good job of stewardship of their economic resources. They do think they can make more money and be a more prosperous nation. Let's take a look at these images. This is the Russian ICBM likely flight path to the United States. And I think that, this is something people need to look at closely. Let's take that full. So everyone can see it. Greenland is squarely in the path of the ICBM path that would be traveled, hopefully never. But when you take a look at it, and I also think it's interesting, you do hear President Trump, when he talks about this issue, sometimes mention Space Force. So this is what he's thinking of in terms of this Golden Dome and protection for the United States from any ICBMs. That's a huge part of this, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is, and that's what I was saying as you brought a different subject. The bottom line is this is strategic land. Real estate agents always say location, location, location. This is about location. And Greenland is certainly going to be important to any intercontinental defense of America, maybe more for sensors than for shooters. But the bottom line is this land is important. But we do not need to own Greenland to make Greenland available to intercontinental defense. We already have treaties and agreements in place where we can put basing there. We have Pittswick Base there, which, oh, by the way, has gotten smaller and smaller across the last decade. We have decreased our investment in Greenland. So now we would have to turn around and increase our investment in Greenland.
It's very interesting that Denmark, when you look at the map, is quite a distance from Greenland and has had ownership of it for a long time. So it does raise questions about why that is and whether or not that's the best position for NATO in terms of protection. General Breedlove, always good to see you, sir. Thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.